All right.
Joy.
Let's hear the libs go fucking crazy over the Taylor Swift endorsement and then talk about Taylor Swift endorsing Kamala Harris as well.
I just want to point out that Taylor Swift has 283 million followers.
Oh.
And 1 million people have already liked that Instagram post. And
it already has 1 million likes, and it only came out during our interview with Tim Walz?
Yes.
It happened a little before he came out. Yes, and it's not even the first post she posted. She's posted like 3 other things since then. So Taylor Swift is not just a celebrity. She actually, commands a humongous squad of particularly young white women. And I think it's important to point that out, because one of the places that Democrats have never been able to do well is among white voters, even young white voters.
To be fair, Taylor Swift also endorsed Joe Biden, even though it was like, when Biden was seemingly going to win and far too late. What? You are a scab? Judd Apatow is set to direct Cola Wars, with Steven Spielberg set to produce. The film follows Pepsi's attempt to challenge Coca-Cola's century-long reign as the world's top cola. Wait, what the fuck? Dude, did they... Yo, E1 should sue, bro. I mean, I guess we did something. Pixar Soda, Disney Pixar Soda was like way different than Cola Wars and way more entertaining and way more interesting as far as the premise goes.
Young white women. Dobbs has changed a lot, but you've also had people like Taylor Swift come in and culturally put forward a version of young womanhood that is super modern. And she has been relentlessly attacked by the J.D. Vance world as being a bad role model because she is unmarried. And so she now is leaning into the exact demographic that J.D. Vance relentlessly targets, that he relentlessly disrespects. And she commands so much popularity among her super fans that they've changed the NFL in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
So it's not a small endorsement. It's a big deal.
And a lot of her fans are too young to vote and too young to buy concert tickets and don't have revenue streams to afford the concert tickets. So Taylor Swift's fandom is made up of her fans and their parents.
Yeah.
Their moms and their dads. And if there were ever a campaign and a candidacy tailor-made for a push for girl dads on choice, on eliminating exceptions for rape and incest, on the positive role model and leadership and humility and joy that Harris is bringing, this may be a sort of door swinging open for the girl dads for Harris.
Can I just say, as a hopeless bleeding heart liberal who's also an enormous football fan, I didn't think we were going to get football in the national divorce, but I with the Travis Kelce situation, I did not see that coming. But somehow we're sort of ending up with it, and I'm just going to say I will take it.
And note that Kendrick Lamar is going to be in New Orleans, and he's going to be the halftime show, and it's also a theme of the Harris campaign is they're not like us.
But in a real way, to your point about the Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce and that what that is sort of a pop cultural phenomenon. This idea of the sort of weirdness and extremism and J.D. Vance going on all these podcasts where in the manosphere where you talk about how the purpose of a postmenopausal woman and all this stuff. That it is really true that this sort of fringe weirdness is a huge part of what is the modern right, what is the Donald Trump coalition, and the RFK endorsement and all this stuff. And it is a strange cultural moment in which that is their play. Their play is the RFK vote and the Manosphere podcast, versus the Taylor Swift, Travis Kelce.
It's the Argentina election.
J.D. Vance is the protege. The only jobs he has really ever had are as the protege of an eccentric right-wing German billionaire who says democracy should have never been attempted and everything's gone downhill since women had the right to vote.
Yeah.
That's the only person he's ever had jobs working for.
For real?
And that's who bought him his U.S. Senate seat, $15 million to give him that Senate seat. It's the only election he's ever run in. And they put him as vice president to Donald Trump. They could have picked somebody to normalize Donald Trump, but instead they picked the intern to the eccentric billionaire who doesn't believe in democracy and who spent a good part of his own political life trying to convince his fellow rich, eccentric right-wing billionaires that they should move to floating shipping containers in the middle of the sea because no land-based continent could contain their brilliance.
And by the way, he is now the person with the second closest finger on the button.
It's crazy to fucking see. It's crazy to see Rachel Maddow just cooking so hard, you know? She cooking.
To a 78-year-old declining senior citizen who you can see right now is cognitively declining. And
that's how bad JD Vance is, that we're like Rachel Maddow comes across as correct. Support for 10% tariff on all imported goods. Support 45%, oppose 30%, unsure 26%. I mean, he's a Hasan head. It's crazy that MSNBC said manosphere. Oh, you mean Chris Hayes? He is a Hasan head, yes.
not only that, but they are running against the whole culture. It's Beyonce and Taylor Swift and Kendrick Lamar.
It's Budweiser and the NFL.
All of it.
It's all of it.
All of it.
But it's a 50-50 race. I mean, just like I hate to wrench us back to reality, but it's literally a tied race.
Yes.
You know, I've never been impressed by celebrity endorsements. I think they are helpful to the base that you already have. They tend to be people who the base already identifies with. This is someone who crosses it all. This is, I think, the most important celebrity endorsement we've ever seen in a presidential campaign, especially because it is so close.
Jesus Christ, dude.
And it can make that kind of difference. The Harris for President campaign now has the two most perfectly timed and most important endorsements of this campaign. Joe Biden's 27-minute timed endorsement after he said, "I'm not the candidate." Perfect timing. It just put a rocket on her to the nomination. This, about 27 minutes after the end of the debate. And it's so important, I think, to the people who are going to be consuming that Taylor Swift endorsement, including those fathers of 8-year-old girls. And that she said, "I watched the debate.
Yes.
I didn't decide this yesterday. This is a new candidate. It's a new candidate for all of us. And so I watched a more than 90-minute debate. I watched this candidate against the other candidate, and I thought about it, and here I am. And here's my endorsement." The timing on it is absolutely exquisite. The wording of it is flawless and perfect, right down to the cat lady stuff. It is, for someone who's never been impressed by a celebrity endorsement, this is perfect and powerful.
There is also something that is amazing non-bookends about the Taylor Swift endorsement and the Dick Cheney endorsement.
Yes.
I'm just going to say, same campaign.
It's a big
enough.
coalition.
It's
big
a
coalition.
The infamous uncommitted Swifties patiently waiting for the green flag. Yeah, this is, God, the more I listen to them talk about Taylor Swift, the more I don't know. The more I'm souring on the endorsement. Anyway, so Taylor Swift endorsed Kamala Harris, and more importantly than Kamala Harris, Taylor Swift endorsed Tim Walz, like, quite a bit. And the Taylor Swift Instagram post helped drive a surge in voter registration. Apparently vote.org recorded more than 35,000 registrations. And I think it was like around 350,000 people visited the website with a 10% conversion rate. Oh, this is from 2023. No, the last night's numbers. I don't know how many people actually ended up registering to vote, but last night's numbers are 350,000. Last night's numbers did not get 305,000 registrations, but 350,000 visits to the website. What is this? Here it is. Taylor Swift drove nearly 338,000 people to vote.gov with Kamala Harris endorsement post. Now, we don't know how many people have registered since then, but it got 338,000 people in less than 24 hours to go to the fucking website to register to vote. It makes sense, though, for like there to be a 10% conversion rate of that, maybe even higher, depending on, how much more she pushes, Blueprint, the new polling initiative that has been testing candidate attributes and messages, has an interesting finding from last night. Harris's best testing remark was, "I am not Joe Biden." Wow. We truly need to study the praising of the bare minimum of celebrities. Yeah. Yeah, maybe if she like hugs Miriam Adelson tomorrow and then Swifties get mad at her, she'll have to come out in defense of Palestine or something. But of course, this is like really frustrated people, including Megyn Kelly. Let's hear what she had to say, and then we'll get to the inevitable, which is Elon Musk, which I haven't wanted to talk about because it's really fucked up. But
Kamala Harris, Taylor Swift, yeah, she posted a picture of herself with her cat. Would you look at this? You can, of course. Like you can kiss your sails to the Republican audience goodbye, Taylor. Hope you enjoyed them while you had them. And this is what she posts. Like many of you, I watched the debate tonight. If you haven't already, now's a great time to do your research on the issues at hand and the stances these candidates take on the topics that matter to you most. As a voter, I make sure to watch and read everything I can about the proposed policies, etc. Recently, I was made aware that an AI of me falsely endorsing Donald Trump's presidential run was posted to its site, blah, 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 for the rights and causes I believe we can, not chaos. I was so heartened and impressed by her selection of her running mate, Tim Walz, who has been standing up for LGBTQ rights, IVF, and a woman's right to her own body for decades. Oh my God. So this woman is fine with his plan to take custody of the children from parents who don't want them to chop off their body parts and put them in Minnesota court's custody so the body parts can be chopped off and they can be sterilized outside the custody of their parents. That's what led Taylor Swift to endorse him. Can I tell you something? I criticized her about 6 months ago when she came out strongly in favor of, she went to a fundraiser to raise money for Hamas, supposedly Palestinians, but the group that was doing the fundraising was known to funnel the money to Hamas.
She's talking about how Taylor Swift went to a fucking comedy show held by, what is it, Rami Youssef? Is that his name? Like that one Muslim comic. She went with like Bella Hadid and Gigi Hadid, I think. And that's what she's talking about. She just went to a comedy show. These people are fucking disgusting, dude. No, it wasn't Bassem Youssef. No, it wasn't Bassem Youssef. It was with the Hadids. I remember. It was Rami Youssef. Yes. Okay.
And I said, people should boycott her. It was an offhanded comment. People went nuts. Some lunatic dropped a note in my personal mailbox outside my house begging me not to boycott Taylor Swift, as though I have that power. I'm allowed to criticize Taylor Swift, and I don't give a shit who gets upset. This is disgusting. If she wants to vote Harris Walz, she can do it all she wants. But to say the reason she's doing it is because of Tim Walz's stance on LGBTQ, F you, Taylor Swift.
God damn. Seemingly this has brought out all the fucking demons. Here is an old demon that we haven't really heard from in quite some time.
And then let's talk a little bit about how this fits into the pop culture part of this, because pop culture is a huge driver of the cultural narrative. Well, here's the tweet from Colin Rugg about the Taylor Swift thing, and we'll get back to it in a second. So as we referenced before, Taylor Swift endorses Kamala Harris on Instagram after the debate on ABC, proudly calls herself a childless cat lady. Elon Musk, who they hate, he saw that and he wrote this.
So this is the Elon Musk portion of this, the conversation that I didn't want to get to because it's like truly one of the grossest things I've seen in quite some time. Elon Musk tweets out, "Find Taylor, ... you win, ... I will," like, I can't begin to explain to you how fucking disgusting this is if you can't comprehend what's going on here, where it's like this gross 50-year-old man is like, "Don't worry, I'll fuck you, babe." Like, Travis Kelce is allowed to kill Elon Musk, I think. Okay? I think Travis Kelce is allowed to kill Elon Musk with his bare hands. You know, you want to do fucking old school medieval style bullshit? I think this motherfucker thinks he has prima nocta rights, okay? What a fucking, like, what a disgusting thing to tweet out as a 50 fucking year old billionaire. It's so fucking gross, dude. It is so, like, nobody wants to fuck your nasty ass, Elon, you fucking dingus, you gross fucking creep. It is so nasty. This man has 11 children, dude. He has fathered 11 children. At what age are you not allowed to make a joke? Dog, this isn't just a joke. The joke is, hey, Taylor, I'll fuck you. Ain't nobody wants you to fuck Taylor Swift, brother. Okay? The fuck do you mean? Oh, dude, I don't get it. Oh, it's such a funny joke, dude. Yeah, dude. Elon Musk raping Taylor Swift. Funny joke. How is this a fucking joke? In the normal world, if you make a joke like that to a coworker, you're fired. Okay? Your ass is fucking fired. When I bring up his age, that is to say, you should fucking know better. You have lived 50 plus years on this planet. You should have at a certain point realized that talking like this is fucking gross. Okay? It's gross. Stalker ass motherfucker. I'm not quite the target audience, but nonetheless, very impressive indeed. Some risk of popularity decline after this award. I speak from experience, lol. Congrats. I recommend posting some music or content videos directly on the X platform. Your tweets are good. More countries should tweet like this. No fun being all stuffy. I think he's like talking about Israel in this situation. For example, Taylor Swift 13 hasn't posted anything in 3 months. Please come back. Stalking ass motherfucker. Sexual predator memes, dude. Jesus Christ. Creepy ass, obsessive ass, pathetic fucking loser. This shit really pissed me the fuck off, dude. I mean, it's so gross. It's like a double Monty because he's like going back to the Haitian cat thing as well. Like he had to hit that line too. It's like, not only is he being like a gross, repugnant freak, and by the way, if you don't read this as a gross, repugnant freak behavior, you might also be a gross, repugnant freak. So listen to the old man in the room, okay? Do not behave like this, okay? This shit ain't cute, is not sweet. Everyone will speak behind your back, okay? If you think you can behave like this, okay, and Elon Musk certainly can't either, but if you think like, oh, this is just a fucking funny joke, like I'm telling you right now, every single person that you make jokes like this in proximity of will talk shit behind your back, if not immediately to your face. Okay? Like, there is no, like, do we just not have any decency? I can't believe I'm the one saying this. Like, I make dick jokes on a regular fucking basis. This is just so gross, dude. It's gross. I think people, especially men in powerful positions, are far too comfortable speaking out of pocket like this. It's crazy, okay? They should not feel so comfortable at all. Like, it's mind-boggling to me. They do this with AOC too. It's like you can disagree with shit that AOC says and does, but like the moment where you're like, oh, you're so, I bet you want to fuck me, AOC. Like, get the fuck out of here, dude. What a fucking gross loser you are, dude. You just straight up are just, you're openly saying like you don't see women as human beings. You just see them as like objects of sexual desire. The fuck? That's a goddamn congressperson you're talking about. And with Taylor Swift, that's like a fucking, like you shouldn't talk about this with anyone. Okay, you shouldn't be talking about this. You shouldn't be talking about this way with any woman whatsoever, especially when you're a fucking 54-year-old adult, dude. What the fuck? Like, there is no humor in this. This is just gross. It's nasty. It's creepy. And I think you should know, if you find this to be like kind of funny, I'm telling you right now, you're a gross, creepy little man-child. Okay? It's crazy that this fucking billionaire weirdo said it on his fucking application too. Maybe he knows her. No, man, shut the fuck up. That makes it even worse. Like I can feel the sweat from this post, okay? It's so fucking grimy. is so goddamn grimy to say about like some random person. If you have a sister or a mother, okay, or any woman that you care about to a certain degree, think about how you would feel if a relatively powerful person, maybe their boss, talked about them like this, okay? I don't think you would appreciate that. I think you'd want to protect them. I think you'd want to defend them. I think at that point you would understand maybe this is unwelcomed and gross. Now imagine that person having a massive fucking platform that they purchased, okay? And billions of fucking dollars. That's gross, dude. This is the guy saying this shit, by the way.
Jump again. There we go.
Fucking loser, dude.
Jump again. Jump again. There we go. Jump very high. It was good.
Like I said, dude, if this was a working class individual, they'd be fucking fired. And they should, by the way. Unacceptable, dude. Completely unacceptable. Now let's hear what this fucking dumbass had to say about
Fine,
it.
Taylor, you win. I will give you a child and guard your cats with my life. So he's mocking, he's exposing the ridiculousness, right? It's like, Taylor Swift, you are a young, pretty girl. Do you know what the gang members from Venezuela do to young, pretty girls? It ain't pretty.
Exposing the ridiculousness. Everybody knows Venezuelans love to rape.
So what do we have to do? We have to keep finding each other to whatever extent we can. We have to keep waking people up. It is the only chance we have in these remaining 60 days. And then let's talk a little bit about how this fits into the pop culture part of this, because the pop culture.
Russian asset, by the way. Oh, yeah. Oh, this was a phenomenal take from JD Vance as well. We're just going on the fucking sweaty loser brigade about the Taylor Swift endorsement because it really bricked the brains of every single person. Let's watch the least self-aware person talk about this issue.
Speak to women voters who obviously they care about what she thinks.
Of course. Well, look, we admire Taylor Swift's music, but I don't think most Americans, whether they like her music or fans of hers or not, are going to be influenced by a billionaire celebrity who I think is fundamentally disconnected from the interests and the problems of most Americans. Look,
dog, you are the blood boy of Peter Thiel. You are now the bitch boy of Donald Trump. They are both fundamentally disconnected billionaires. What are you saying? There's not a fucking billionaire dick you haven't rode at this point. And they all disrespect you directly to your fucking face, as a matter of fact. Like Donald Trump in front of 60 million Americans called your ass out for not knowing his positions. He was like, yeah, threw you under the bus again. Which you should have known that was going to happen inevitably, considering what happened to the last guy who was his fucking vice president. His fans tried to execute him, dog. I wish you well. Okay? I wish you well. I hope, we'll see what happens. Oh, here's how Elon sounds when he makes this joke.
Fine, Taylor. You win. I will give you a child and guard your cat with my life. Fine.
That is how he sounded.